humbles me to know that there are people out there who adore me, who are fans. Okay, it's in a small majority at the moment, but it's a start. It's the foundation of my fame house that I'm building. At the moment, I've only got a few bricks down, but I've got people working hard to get me there. It's true that I'm doing most of the work myself due to cutbacks, so in that respect, I'm on my own. But apart from that, the bricks are down. I've made a start. I'm not all talk. I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna build this house, and it's gonna be ready for next summer. I've got the materials, I've got the plot of land, and I'm gonna be at the BBC. Okay, I'm slightly confusing life and metaphors here, but what I'm trying to say is, I've got connections. Bricks, building bricks. Bricks for building, laying foundations at an already built construction to connect with the people inside the building, i.e., I don't know, television centre or broadcasting house. I'm not fussy. Or even Pebble Mill in Birmingham if need be. Although I'm not a fan of the area and the class of people living there, but that's neither here nor there at the moment. What is here is my connections, my people bricks, and I'm the cement. Yeah, cement. I've got a few connections remaining at the BBC, but I've got to strengthen those foundations. Cementing relationships. That was the metaphor I was looking for. For me, I've seen a lot of people rise and fall in this industry. And the thing I always find interesting is the people who reach the heady heights, they have the public backing. It's not all about critics. It's not all about snooty critics putting you down, saying you're not talented enough, your CV's not big enough, or you went to the wrong school, or made mistakes on a certain popular news-based BBC Two show. But, it's not about that. It's about having public support behind you, people rallying to your cause. I want people to rally behind me, my own Spicer army. I don't want them, I don't want forming a line behind me or anything, but I like to know that they're there. Perhaps a petition, online or written. It'll make the BBC get off their arses, off what are essentially public benches, and hopefully take notice of that. It's a point I've raised several times last week on my show. I've got a few callers starting up petitions for me. I haven't actually screened any of them yet, but I do know there's a few names down. I've heard rumours that the Shadow Development Secretary and MP for Exeter, Ben Bradshaw's behind me. I'm always comforted to know that Ben's behind me, as I know I'm on the right track there. And with enough support, especially if we can get it to go viral, I don't know, I could even be a trending topic on Twitter before the year is out. There's hope yet. Or that's what I have to keep telling myself. The media industry is an interesting one to be in. There's a lot of creative and interesting people you can meet. I have to say, I've not met a lot of them. My hope is I'll be working with some of those sorts in the future. I know I have the ability to match their intellects, if not better it. It's all about networking and opportunities in the media. I've not had the success of someone else, say, Paxman. There's no difference in quality between me and him. The only difference is he knew someone at the BBC before he was a journalist, so he had a way in, a shortcut. A lot of people in this industry know someone. That's the only reason they get the job. I don't have those connections. I mean, I do know a guy who claimed to have relations with Louis Spence, but I don't think that counts. It's got nothing to do with qualifications, or your level of experience, or even sheer ability. I mean, I know people, but clearly, they're just not the right people. I'm going to shake this system up. If I had it my way, people who have the grades and have worked hard to be in the industry would be at the top. I've spent a large chunk of these last 3 years at this university making connections, building a portfolio of people I can really rely on when the time comes. Unfortunately, those people have really let me down. But I haven't let myself down. because I've retained my dignity at all times. Yes, okay, I've sent the odd email or two, in all good faith. I didn't know that they were going to be so melodramatic about it. Basically, what they were actually trying to say is, we're not going to give you a job because you'll shake the system. The media needs a revolution. I could be that revolution. Like music have the Beatles, Nirvana and the Black Eyed Peas. I could change the face of broadcasting. But that's not what they want. They want a minion. They want someone who will shut their mouth and turn a blind eye. Oh yeah, I know what they're up to. All this means is that I've got nowhere to go. I'm destitute. I'm a vagabond. We've got till the end of the week until we're no longer welcome on campus. No more radio station slot. No more education. No more Giles. Well, at least it's some positives. You know what? He's welcome to her. I don't need someone holding me back anyway. Wait a minute. Holding me back from what? I haven't got anything at all. Although, my uncle has offered me a position at one of his shops. And he says it will utilise my media skills. Head of marketing and distribution, i.e. passing out flyers in the local precinct. It's a joke. I at least thought I'd be handling the in-store radio duties. But that position has already been filled by, get this, the only person he knows with any radio experience. Unbelievable. Just as I thought, where next? I was flummoxed to discover that I was being followed by TV personality Keith Jegwin. Not literally, of course, I mean on Twitter, a site where I have 413 people following me. 400? Unbelievable. I knew I shouldn't have let Cheggers follow me. The man's a millstone round my neck. Actually, to be fair, I've lost a few followers yesterday after my 140 character rant directed at Richard Bacon. Well, that's not for now. I, of course, followed him back and received a direct message from Keith, asking if it was really me, and saying I was in possession of something very special, very rare, and that was more valuable than any amount of money, but he was willing to put a price on it. I was flattered, happy to hear that my name was still echoing around the corridors of the BBC. It was only then that he sent me another message, offering me 200 quid for the signed Beatles LP, and another 50 for the Rolf Harris spit valve. He recognised my username from eBay. I accepted his offer, but only so I could hand-deliver the stuff to him myself. I was taught to take any chance you can. I jumped on the nearest train and decided to hand-deliver the package to show the full degree of my diligence. I found my way to his front door, quite easily in fact, as it was signposted, Chateau de Cheggers. I rang the doorbell, which is actually the theme from Cheggers Plays Pop, and was greeted by a young lady. I asked if Keith was in, and was told he's always up first thing, and he's an early riser. Spotting the opportunity for humour, as it's something I was told to do in interviews, to break the ice, I guffawed and shouted, "Oh, missus," quite loudly. It was something which I later regretted. Luckily I didn't go into my Frankie Howard impersonation. I continued to probe the young lady for want of word, and inquired if there was anywhere in the area where I could sleep around here. She looked completely bamboozled by this, so I said I'm willing to pay good money for it. She slapped me in the face and slammed the door. Later on, we were all laughing about it, me, Keith and his daughter. I could see now where she went wrong. Keith, who later returned, was a little surprised to see me, but after explaining who I was and invited me in for a cup of tea. He quite understood the misunderstanding, as he used to get it himself when he was presenting GMTV. 6 in the morning shoving 50 quid notes for a young single mum's letterboxes with a camera crew in tow. He told me the first take he always got a lot of verbal abuse, and sometimes physical. We got chatting and I told him my predicament. He himself is struggling now that Daybreak has taken over from GMTV. He never got along with Adrian Chiles, but that makes two of us. But he's still getting up early with cash in hand trying to give it to single mums. And I applaud him for that. Not many people, especially in his position, will be trying to give a little back to society the way Keith has been doing. He told me the future is in numbers. Balls. Numbered balls. Bingo. Keith is the COE of CheggersBingo.com, as well as being COE of the Cheggers Media Organisation. He liked my tenacity, and after assuring him I wouldn't go to the papers with the ingredients of what he puts in his tea, he offered me a position. A 1-week unpaid trial as his PA. We've all got to start somewhere, I suppose. After spending the rest of the morning washing his car and picking up his dry cleaning, I was told by Keith that he got me a gig. A sellout, according to his sources. He thought I could handle it. I was overjoyed. I was over the moon. I spent the afternoon, after I made Keith a bagel, getting ready. Got myself a new suit, a tux. Keith was good enough to dry me himself. He was in a fit enough state at that point. We got to the venue and then it hit me. I was about to walk on stage in front of 1,000 people and start calling out bingo numbers. Bingo numbers. I did it. I actually did it. Is this it now? Working for a bingo company run by bloody Keith Chegwin. A few months ago I was rubbing shoulders with Paxo, Wogan and Andrew Neil. Now look at me. 3 years at university, £15,000 of student loans for what? To wake up with hand cramp and my face buried in a mountain of Keith Chegwin posters. Make of that what you will, because I have no idea. I don't want to do this. I mean, it's just not fair. It really isn't fair. I've put everything into this. I get nothing back. Look, I know I've been difficult. I know I've been arrogant, but I meant nothing by it. I just wanted to make something of myself. Is that wrong to want to make something? Isn't that what everyone wants? I just don't know where to go from here. I better go. Keith's got a Tai Chi lesson at 6. I've got to get his jock strapped ironed and laid on his bed by the time he gets back. Oh, how the mighty have fallen.